How can I build my credit score without being scared of falling into debt? That's the question many of you are asking, and honestly, who doesn't want a good credit without the risks? Today, we're going to establish what is a credit and how you can use it to your advantage throughout your life. Before starting this video, don't forget to subscribe if you want to become financially free starting today. Alright, so let's start with what is a credit. A credit is an agreement between a lender and a borrower that allows the borrower to obtain goods or services before paying for them. But the borrower must repay the loan made by the lender. The lenders are usually banks or credit card companies. Their goal is to make money with the interest they charge if you don't repay your loan in time. Usually, these loans are about monthly. They are usually high and difficult to repay if you didn't have the money the first time when you decide to use credit. All of this sounds scary, right? But beware, it isn't. If you reimburse the lender in time, you will have no interest to pay. So basically, you will just repay the money you borrowed with your money without additional fees. This can be useful if you need to pay something right away, but don't have the money right at this moment. Now, you're probably wondering, how do I build a good credit? To build a good credit, you'll have to use your credit card and purchase goods with it. When you get a credit card, the company gives you a limit of cash that you can have access to. This helps prevent anyone from spending money they won't be able to pay back when due. So it basically protects the bank from the people that borrows that money. Many people have different opinions on how much of your budget you should spend monthly to build as fast as possible your credit. In my opinion, you should at least spend 25% of your credit limit, staying below 30%. This will allow you to build a credit faster, but this only works if you reimburse the 30% you spend every month without being late on any payments. Because when you're going to be late, there's gonna be interest. And that is how the institution that lends you this money is going to make their money. Alright, now that we've established what is a good credit and how you get a good one, let's talk about what it will be useful to. So, a good credit will lower your interest rates on your loans. For example, I'm making up numbers, but let's say you get a student loan at 25% interest rate because you got a 660 credit, which is, we're not gonna lie, not very good. But on the other hand, if you have a good credit of 880, you'd only pay 9% of interest rate. Difference between these two credits is only 220. But do you see how much of a difference it does with interest rates? In the big picture, it can represent a lot of money over time. The difference can be brutal for your finances. So it is always important to pay your lenders at due time and not to use all of your remaining credit cash. It can also give you a better insurance rate, which everybody needs, let's be honest. So I'd say it's very useful to have a good credit score. Don't forget that. Talking about credit, we can't forget about credit cards. You should always shop at many different companies before choosing one. Let me explain. Credit cards often have annual fees to be able to use them. So I'd say choose one that has no annual fees and is basically free to use. Then, many of them allows you to get cash back on your purchases. So pick one with the higher return on your expenses to get as much cash back as possible. For example, some credit cards give you 2% cash back on your purchases. So let's say this year you spend $60,000 using your credit card. The company would give you back $1,200 without you doing anything, just because you use their credit card. Amazing, isn't it? That's a wrap for today, guys, on how to build a good credit without being afraid of the risk. So, if you need to remember something, is credit is good. Credit cards are also good. So, if you can reimburse them, use them. But the only important part of all of this video is you need to reimburse them, and in time. If you're late on a payment, then interest will add up. And when interest hit you, it very hard. Let me know in the comments which company you use and what benefits you get. I'm really curious. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to become financially free starting today. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.